Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge Let's Play Final Fantasy XI mit Alwyb. Wir haben wieder einen Ingame-Tag gewartet und gezoned und wir sprechen mit Gentle Tiger. Huh? Back again? Ah, Alwyb. Just the lady I wanted to see. There is something we would like to ask you regarding your relationship with the late Senator Werner. Would you accompany me, please? Alwyb is here to see you, Captain. Thank you, Nikolaus. Zaid and Volker's investigation turned up a link between you and the Senator. I think you have some explanation to do. So, this interesting turn of events actually put you in the employ of Senator Werner? In the Senator's plans for the seafood you retrieved from the goblin? You were left in the dark as to his intent? I see. The seafood in question was found during a search of the late Senator's office. This instrument is used as a tool to communicate with the Antika, the beastmen that inhabit the desert region of Khusos. We believe it is connected somehow with Senator Werner's assassination. The Senator had hired the service of a certain mercenary organization. Engelhardt, the man who acted as an intermediary between you and Senator Werner, is one of these hired soldiers, and mistakenly believed to be a part of this organization, you were sent to acquire the seafood. It has also come to our attention that you were threatened by Chairman Pale Eagle. Can you substantiate the claim? You say this note was pressed into your hand by a Galka unknown to you? This is valuable evidence. If we have the letter examined, we may be able to determine the author. If that note has anything to do with Chairman Pale Eagle, then it becomes evidence in the conspiracy case to incite unrest among the Galkan citizens. In which case, I request said evidence be surrendered to the military police. Conspiracy case? Gumba and Veroy were absolved of all charges. I thought that matter had been laid to rest. Not completely. That is why I insist on attending these impromptu hearings. Well, this is a quandary. How shall we handle it, Captain? Officer Dieter? Though our objectives differ, we share our duty to serve the Republic. I have no intention of withholding valuable information. However, this note may be pivotal in our investigation. We must have the writing examined immediately. If, in spite of our situation, you feel the need to appropriate the evidence, then I must insist that you lodge an official written request. Very well. You will be hearing from my superior. Your cooperation is appreciated. If there is anything else you recall, please contact the Mithril Musketeers. Ah, aren't you the one who assisted Nicholas in solving the mysteries behind Senator Werner's death? It seems like the Mithril Musketeers have their hands full dealing with the security office and the military police. Ah. I was just passing through. I really must be going. Okay. Dann schauen wir doch direkt weiter und wir sprechen mit wem muss man sprechen? Mit Engelhardt. Well, what is it, Alwyb? I'm a little occupied right now. Were you followed? Of course not. The Mithril Musketeers have yet to learn of my involvement. What of the base in the Eldim? Lower your voice. The base is secure. If we deal with matters promptly, there won't be a problem. Treat carefully. I always do. So, das scheint wohl so, dass wir jetzt zur Eldim Necropolis müssen. So, wir sind in der Eldim Necropolis. Alles noch nicht so verfallen wie in der Gegenwart, so wie es aussieht. Und ich nehme mal zur Vorsicht, hole ich meine Trusts, weil ich weiß jetzt nicht, was mich hier erwartet. So. Die Eldim Necropolis ist groß, aber ich muss in den unteren der 4 Räume. Wenn meine Beschreibung richtig ist. So. Links. Überhaupt keine Mobs. Ist es tatsächlich ein sicherer Ort hier in der Vergangenheit? Ja, okay. Links und hier wieder links. Ah, ich komme hier sogar durch, ohne irgendwelche Rätsel. Okay, dann gibt's hier doch Mobs, die ich besiegen muss. der nächste Hellhound. Naja, so kriege ich wenigstens mal wieder ein bisschen Erfahrungspunkte. So. Genau. Und in dem Raum muss ich in den mittleren Drop. Uff. So, und dann rechts. Richtig? Ja. Weil ich hier dann in die nächste Zone muss. Also in den nächsten Abschnitt der Karte. Aber wir haben ja wieder einen Hellhound. Jo. Okay, ja, ich habe noch ein Stück zu gehen. Ich würde sagen, ich gehe jetzt einfach mal durch und schaue, wie weit ich komme. Und dann bekämpfe ich die zusammen. Ich hoffe, das ist jetzt kein Fehler, den ich mache. Ah, da sind hier noch Orks. Na gut. Ich glaube, an der Stelle können wir mal angreifen. So, jetzt habe ich mich vorgekämpft in diesen Raum. Und irgendwo muss jetzt hier ein Sarkophag sein, den ich anklicken kann. Oh. Northern Room E7 on Map for 7th Sarkophagus. Ja. Da war doch was. Hier. Okay. So. You hear an odd skittering sound coming from beneath the sarcophagus. Hey, what do you think you're doing down here? An odd sound, you say? I don't hear anything except your impending doom. This place is dangerous. I suggest you make tracks. What in the... An Antika? How did that get here, in here? You're one of Senator Werner's hired swords, aren't you? Let's hear what you have to say about this. So the Mithril musketeers finally tracked us down. I knew Engelhard was getting sloppy. That Antika was being held here by order of the Senator. By order of the Senator? He believed that that the awesome military might of the Antikan Empire could be harnessed for the war effort. An alliance with those butchers? Even the ambitious senator would not suggest such madness. It is true that the slumbering legions of the Antika are so incredibly vast that their numbers would easily tip the balance of this conflict. But to have dealings with the ancestral enemies of the Galka? There was no idealistic plan to negotiate the Antika's integration into the allied forces of Altana. Senator Werner meant to control the Ant-Man using an improved version of the Zifut. This prisoner was nothing more than a test subject. Good goddess! No such ambition will take place while I have the strength to wield a blade. Warcloud, no! Never speak that name again, Volker. We must treat this beastman as we would any prisoner of war. Besides, it barely has the strength to... Do not underestimate the Antika. They are bred to be killing machines. Your precious ethics and morals do not exist for Antikan soldiers. One tiny slip and they would turn on us without the slightest hesitation. You understand their nature well, Galka. There is little point in taking defeated Antika as prisoners, even should they manage to return to their homeland. A fate crueler than death awaits them. And the senator wished to control such unfeeling monsters? It's hardly surprising that President Preen and Chairman Pale Eagle chose to oppose this reckless plan. The President knew of this? It seems quite a few things escaped your notice, Musketeer. Perhaps you should discuss it with him upon your return. My apologies for tailing you, Alwyb. Your ties to this mercenary organization were our best lead. The Musketeers were actually well aware of Engelhardt's position as an intermediary. It was in our best interest to allow him to operate unhindered, at least until we had what we needed. To be honest, we began to doubt your integrity when you spoke with him again. However, that female agent seemed to have no idea who you were. You obviously have no deeper connection with this whole affair than the one you described. Once again, I apologize for our suspicions. I never would have believed the senator capable of something like this. We must report to the captain at once. Okay, dann gehen wir auf schnellsten Wege zurück. Ne? So, dann gerade nochmal, bis der Point auftaucht. Und dann geht's zurück nach Bastok. So, warte mal, dann muss ich hier kurz mal wieder. Mal schauen, was kann ich denn wegwerfen? Amigo Mikrobob. Die sind, glaube ich, auch nichts wert. So. Sollte mal wieder reichen, um weitermachen zu können. Gentle Tiger ist hier. Ja, ich muss jetzt schauen. Ich habe gerade gesehen, ich krieg gleich wieder irgendwas ins Inventar. Und ich muss ja mal bei Gelegenheit wirklich mein Inventar aufräumen. Ja, ich weiß, ich sagte schon seit mehreren Folgen, aber die nehme ich alle zusammen auf. Nein, ich sagte nicht seit mehreren Folgen, die kommen ja noch. Ich nehme die Folgen gerade in nicht der richtigen Reihenfolge auf, weil ich hier ständig einen Ingame-Tag warten muss und dann halt immer wieder was anderes mache. Und ja, deswegen nehme ich die Folgen gerade in nicht der Reihenfolge auf, wie ihr sie seht, aber ich will halt einfach die Storylines beisammen halten. So einigermaßen. You are free to pass. Captain Claro is waiting. The statement made by Engelhardt matches those of the mercenaries we detained. It appears you were telling the truth. To be honest, until now we weren't completely convinced by your tale of coincidences. And I would warn you against sticking your neck out where it's likely to be chopped off. But it seems your brand of recklessness was necessary to solve this case. Perhaps I should have given you command of the investigation in the first place. Captain? Merely a chestfolker. Ah, Volker and Zaid. How goes the investigation? President Prian? Now that you ask, there are certain matters involving the Antica. Mr. President, perhaps I can be of assistance here. Considering present company, perhaps we should postpone this discussion. That won't be necessary. There is nothing to hide. This way, please, Mr. President. Chairman Pay Eagle. It was a plan proposed by Senator Werner following the assault on Port Bastok. The Antica? Correct. Just think of the possibilities an army with unbreakable morale and overwhelming numbers could provide. Unthinkable! You must be aware of the horrors the Galkan people have suffered at the hands of those creatures. I must side with the chairman on this. It may well be possible to manipulate the Antica with the technology you describe, especially if the chief engineer lends us you his expertise. However, even if you managed such a feat, what if they were to ever break free of your control? The risks are too high. With the fate that lies before us, how can you not be prepared to take that risk? The invincible armada of the 3rd Division, The pride of the Republic is still languishing in an unrepaired port, while the fighting force has been all but decimated in the Battle of Grauberg. Do you mean to sit idle while as devastation rains upon us? I understand your concern, Senator. However, please consider the situation. Should this suggestion become public knowledge, can you imagine the outcry from our Galkan citizens? I shall speak plainly, President Prian. Are we really in a position to plan around the delicate feelings of the Galka? Senator! Simply cowering in fear of the enemy will do nothing to improve our fortune in this war. The senator went ahead with his plan regardless, I see. President Prian? Mr. President, I must speak with you regarding the recent Republic Defense Council and Chairman Pale Eagle's... You are free to voice your concerns. Continue. Ach, Cast. Ist das der zukünftige Präsident? Wahrscheinlich, oder? Senator of Mining. Derek Cast requests a meeting of department representatives to officially dismiss Chairman Pale Eagle from his position of office. We have confirmed that threats made by the chairman against the Senator of Defense. That information should still be under investigation. We have just had words from the security office that the writing in Alwyb's note matches that of the chairman's secretary. However, we discovered that the secretary had already been apprehended by the 2nd Division Military Police. Already apprehended? Yes, Captain. Apparently, the secretary admitted to obstructing Senator Werner's movements. The military police confirmed our evidence without our authorization, and they call it the security office. There are many in the Republic who support the late senator. They probably wish to deal with the matter internally. Then we must act quickly. But now we have this business with Senator Cast and the chairman's resignation. We have no way of preventing knowledge of this situation from reaching the general public. Damn it! Does my father even realize how this makes me look? The investigation committee has issued a summons for Chairman Pale Eagle, immediate presence. Very well. I will present myself before this committee without delay. Do not be concerned for me, President Prian. I shall accompany you. I have the utmost faith in you, Quill. Senator Werner and Chairman Pale Eagle have sought to undermine each other's at every opportunity. Is it possible the Tonbury assassin was recruited as a pawn in our nation's political struggles? Nikolaus? What are we saying? It's just a theory. Now is not the time to encourage such inflammatory speculation. I served under Chairman Pale Eagle when he held the position as legatus. There are still a good number of Galkan soldiers in the Republican army that respect his words. and Senator Werner commanded a similar number of supporters, I would imagine. The military police concern me the most. I only hope they refrain from further inciting the Galkan populace. I am rather more worried about the meeting of department representatives. What could the senator be planning? This talk is getting us nowhere. The most effective action we can take as Mithril Musketeer is to uncover the facts as soon as possible. I must return to guarding the President. Return to your duties. Yes, ma'am. You did well. Allow me to escort you outside. Und schon wieder lauscht Adelheid. Could Chairman Pale Eagle have been behind the assassination? Imagine the uproar should this information reach the people. And now the military police and the senator seem to be acting deliberately to achieve such chaos. Matters have taken a dastardly turn. Chief Sturm? You have me mistaken for someone else. How could Chairman Pale Eagle be a suspect in the assassination case? What is this nation coming to? By the way, I heard from Operations Division Chief of Staff Adelheid Sturm that the Mithril Musketeers have employed you as an assistant detective. Even Captain Clara has come to rely on your talents, judging by how often she asked for you by name. Keep up the great work. Okay, offensichtlich ist die Quest vorbei. Moment, ich muss jetzt gerade mal was nachschauen. Weil mein... Also, nee, es ist zu Ende. Es ist nur, falls ich Kate Sis noch nicht... Okay, habe jetzt noch was nachgeschaut. Doch, die Mission ist zu Ende. Dann sehen wir uns beim nächsten Mal. Bis dahin, macht's gut.